Senior lawyers and politicians exchange greetings as the Supreme Court hears the appeals filed by the David Mark leadership of the African Democratic Congress and the Kabiru Turaki-led group of the People's Democratic Party. The appeals are against the recent judgments by the Court of Appeal in Abuja. The appeals by the Turaki-led PDP are against two judgments delivered that order the PDP not to hold a national convention until it complied with relevant provisions, including the Electoral Act and regulations and guidelines for political parties. The PDP is also appealing the judgment that ordered the party to afford a former governor of Jigawa State, Mr. Sule Lamido, the opportunity to contest for the national chairman of the party during its elective convention. For the ADC, the appeal by the former Senate President, Mr. David Mark, is against the March 12 judgment of the Court of Appeal, which dismisses appeal in relation to the ongoing leadership dispute in the party. He had appealed a September 4, 2025 ruling by Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court Abuja that refused to grant some release contained in an ex parte application filed by a member of the party, Nafiu Balagombe. At the day's proceeding, a 5-member panel of court ordered all the parties to regularize their processes within 3 days. Following the ruling, the counsel to Mark-led executives, Mr. Jibril Okutekpa, withdrew an earlier motion to stay the execution of the Court of Appeal judgment that ordered the party to maintain the status quo antebellum. Mr. Okutekpa noted that the motion was no longer needed since the Apex Court had accelerated the hearing of the substantive appeal. The motion was subsequently struck out.
I didn't express frustration. I rather brought before my lords a situation of extreme urgency and a situation that is of fundamental importance to democratic growth. And you can see that they also appreciated that position and are bent backward to give me 1 day to file my brief and give the other party 3 days to file.
The Supreme Court really bent over backwards to accommodate accelerated hearing of this appeal because there was no formal application before the courts. The interest was essentially to just get a stealth execution of the orders of the Court of Appeal.
For the PDP cases, counsel to the Turaki group, Mr. Chris Uche, informed the court of the pending applications, stressing the need for urgency to align with INEC's timetable ahead of the 2027 general elections.
This is a matter that has to do with democracy, and time is of the essence. And my lords have very clearly accommodated that, and we must thank them. It is this court, the docket of this court is very full, and the Supreme Court is very busy. But in recognition of the fact that this affects democracy, they have adjusted, and they stated so. They have adjusted so that parties in this matter can know their fate, taking into cognizance the timetable issued by the Independent National Electoral Commission.
The Supreme Court subsequently directed all the respondents to file their replies within 5 days each and fixed April 22, 2026 for accelerated hearing of the appeals.